Coming up next on SledHead 24/7, time to spin a wrench, tighten a bolt as we celebrate quality time in the garage with great sled builds. From lawnmower to snowmobile, this Fargo man says his mashup runs like a deer. And a trip to Greenbay is like a time tunnel for this restored Rolloflex. Later, Fish and Haley ride, rate, and review the latest truck from Ram. Spend the day at the world-class shop of Scheuring Speed Sports as Elliot Burns gets the world's greatest snowcross racers on the track and up on the podium. And what would you expect from a four-time world champ? How about a speedy worldwide delivery? We'll catch up with ice racing legend PJ Wanderschied at Country Cat. Get ready to build. SledHead 24/7 is firing on all cylinders right now.
Welcome to today's episode of SledHead 24/7. We're talking great sled builds and Dennis Kirk, who helped us get the wrenches turning.
You know, Haley, I've been involved in a lot of really cool builds over the years, from mountain sleds to race sleds, but just the idea of this next build really intrigued me.
From a lawnmower to a trail sled, the 440 John Deere Tracker runs, well, like a deer.
This is the John Deere snow mower. I saw a picture online and I was joking with some buddies. Somebody had photoshopped a snowmobile and a lawnmower together. And I said, I think I can do that.
And do that is just what Wyatt Crum did at his garage near Fargo. His plan to convert a lawnmower snowmobile began in the backyard.
This is the liquefier that...
And ended up in the garage. Lesson 1 in mower to snowmobile conversion: it takes a village to get her done.
A little bit of everybody had a hand in this. I had a buddy build the engine. I had a buddy sourcing some different parts for me. It took me 9 months and I spent a bunch of evenings on it. So I don't really know how many hours, but a lot.
Wyatt's sled mower mashup starts with a John Deere liquefier and plenty of power.
It's a Kawasaki 440 liquid cooled engine. These were put in John Deere liquefier snowmobiles from 1980 to 1984. The suspension under here is leaf spring on the front. It's a beefed up leaf spring. I found out that the machine was too heavy for standard leafs, so I had to double them up. The rear end is all custom designed, and a combination of that and John Deere bogey wheels in a para-rail type suspension, which is what Scorpion did back in the day. You gotta have some good hard pack, but it does it, and it's pretty snappy, so it's a lot of fun.
Wyatt calls it the SM440, SM for snowmower, and he's so proud of his one-of-a-kind sled, he brought it to a local brewery to show it off.
It's really just a well-built machine. It's unique.
John Deere's a North Dakota staple.
Tonight's theme: barbecue.
That's how you smoke ribs, baby.
Bikes and bluegrass.
It's really cool.
Now, when winters get to Fargo, Wyatt will be ready. No need to mow the grass. Just sit back and enjoy the ride.
Wow, from the concept to the creation of blending a lawnmower into a snowmobile, who would have thought?
Yeah, exactly. But check out this ground-up restoration of this Rolloflex Wild One. Now this guy put the time and effort into it, and it turned out beautiful.
So the Rolloflex is it's a 1974 340 Wild One. It was a 1-year production from the company. Rolloflex was in business from 1970 to 1974. Some say that this sled might have been their demise. And the thought behind it was, you know, we found it locally. We knew it was rare, and you know, being into vintage sleds, we wanted to bring it back to life and restore it for other folks to see it.
It was actually in a barn within a half a mile of my house. It was a neighbor farmer's father's snowmobile, and it was sitting there under a tarp for years. And he asked me about it one time, and I just kind of didn't pay a lot of attention to it because I thought it was just a normal old snowmobile. And a few weeks down or months down the road, it happened that the guy was going to get rid of it. It was sitting out by the road on a skid, and Joe happened to drive by and made him an offer on it, and he ended up selling it to us, and then the project began from there.
As we got on social media, right, and started looking for people that were familiar with the Rolloflex, we found a group of guys up in Regina, Saskatchewan, Canada, where the sled was made, that were really into it. They actually even had a group, right, and the guy was tracking serial numbers. If it wasn't for social media, I'm not so sure we could have built them relationships and found the parts that we needed. I think we paid about $800 total for the sled when in the condition that it was in. But you know, again, it's priceless to us, so that portion really doesn't matter too awful much.
Yeah. Besides, if our wives found out, they might not be real happy.
I think we get motivated by the rarity of the sled, right? I mean, we know there's only a few of them, so it's important to bring this one back so people can continue to see what it was all about.
Yeah, we couldn't have done anything different, I don't think, to make it any better than what it is right now.
I just want to personally thank SledHead 24/7 and Dennis Kirk for the opportunity to to enter the contest. So I never realized, I entered the contest for a free stocking hat, for gosh sakes. I didn't realize the recognition, but we are definitely thankful and appreciate it.
He was a world champ as a teenager. Today, he owns one of the world's largest power sports operations. From sales and repairs to a speedy mail order service, find out how PJ Wanderschied built this world-class dealership. And later, Fish and Haley check out the special features that make this Ram a champ for any who tows a sled or two in the backlands. It's a pretty good grocery getter as well. But first, time for our AmSoil Tech Tip.
Maybe you've heard of power sports dealerships pressuring people into buying the manufacturer's brand of parts or lubricants to avoid losing their factory warranty. If this has happened to you, it's probably left a bad taste in your mouth. That's because no one wants to be told what to buy, and no one wants to be taken advantage of. In America, you have the right to choose whichever brand of parts or lubricants you think are best. Get the facts about your rights. It is illegal to tie warranty coverage to whichever brand of parts or lubricants you use. Manufacturers that do so must provide the parts or lubricants free of charge. Manufacturers can't deny warranty coverage without showing the aftermarket part or lubricant caused a failure. In America, you have the right to choose how you protect your new power sports equipment. Learn more at amsoil.com/freedom.
SledHead 24/7 is brought to you by AmSoil, Runs on Freedom, by Polaris, by FXR, maximum versatility for all conditions, and powered by Ram Trucks, built to serve.
How does a 4-time world champion build one of the world's largest Arctic Cat dealerships? By being fast, working hard, and never saying never.
And also, Country Cat bailed us out on one of our builds. We had some parts were on back order from Arctic Cat. They had it in stock. We had it the very next day. Buckle up, Haley. Let's go check out Country Cat.
Go.
Ice racing has been described as extreme fun meets extreme madness, and that's actually pretty accurate. Back in the day, ice racing was for the hardy and brave.
Pretty solid day out here, but I'll tell you, man, PJ has been the class of the field here today.
Over the years, ice racing superstars earned their reputations and championships on the frozen oval, and no stars burned as bright as PJ Wanderschied, the 4-time world champ, simply owned the sport.
Checker flag coming out, didn't take him long to get around.
was fortunate enough to win 4 world championships in my career. And a really cool thing that just happened this year is I'll be inducted in the Snowmobile Hall of Fame this coming February. So pretty awesome for that honor.
Today, happily retired from the racetrack, PJ still fuels his need for speed. He owns Country Cat in Sauk Center, Minnesota, roughly halfway between Minneapolis and Fargo. Arctic Cat, Textron ATVs and UTVs, and E-Z-GO golf carts are all backed by one of the world's largest Arctic Cat dealers in the world. And with a 4-time world champ at the helm, speedy worldwide mail order service is what you can expect from Country Cat.
And that's really what drives us to be better than everybody else in that aspect.
Country Cat is also a destination for all fans of snowmobiles with the latest models and a walk down championship lane with PJ.
All right, Jeff, we're going on a little adventure. What are we driving today?
Hey, we got a pretty new red Ram, just for us. SledHead 24/7, always rides in style. This thing has more creature features than you can imagine. Like I like to say, it has more stuff than the Batmobile.
What is it like driving this thing, Jeff?
You know, the thing is smooth. I mean, it almost doesn't feel like I'm driving a big truck. I mean, this is a big behemoth truck, but yet it doesn't feel like it when you're driving. It's almost, I wouldn't say handles like a sports car, but dang close. Hey, they just went and groomed the trails. You know, Haley, when we're driving, we're out filming, there's a lot of times we're going from film site to film site, and we don't have a lot of time to sit down and download and upload clips. This is like a mobile editing office. I mean, we can do so many things right here inside this truck. Keeps my guys busy. Yeah, how about that screen, Haley? I mean, check that out. I mean, that's like an iPad on the dash.
It really is. It's long.
Well, yeah, and those cameras, you can, actually it's one of the few that you can turn the camera on and check your load as you're actually going down the road.
It really seems like it has all the features to make your weekend adventure so comfortable.
Oh, and then some. I mean, from the sunroof to the heated seats to the digital display is just fantastic.
If you want to ride in style like Jeff and I, head on over to ramtrucks.com for more information.
He's handy with wrench and full of service. Elliot Burns makes sure his racers have plenty of get up and go, but it's in the garage where he puts a lifetime of knowledge to work. When SledHead 24/7 returns, a day in the shop with one of the best mechanics on the planet, and we'll have the behind-the-scenes look at the Amsoil Snowcross National.
And the unsung heroes of the build, the mechanics. The world's greatest snowcross racers also have the world's greatest wrenchers.
Yes, they do. And how about last year's Mechanic of the Year, Elliot Burns? Take a look.
Mechanic around here does everything. Whether it's working on the groomers, working on the trucks, and once the sleds show up, it's pretty much full time. Working on the buggies, getting them ready to hit the snow, keeping snow guns running. Everything here at Scheuring Speed Sports. If you're gonna work around here as a mechanic, you work on everything. 10, 15 years of my life was racing. I've been fortunate enough to be able to turn it into a career, do some driving, racing myself in the summer for Steve. It's just, it's a way that I got into it, and I hope to raise my family around it, and we have a lot of fun at it. Losing's never fun, so it makes the winning that much better. But then once you get a taste of winning, it's never enough. It truly is an addiction. Once you're addicted to it, you're never satisfied. You just want to win the next one, and you want to win the next one, and it just keeps compiling, but it keeps driving you. It really does.
We're blessed with having great mechanics. Elliot Burns, one of my mechanics, 32, 33 years old, incredibly smart, incredibly mature. He understands the vehicle, he understands the electronics of it, the components of the suspension. So having that relationship, he's been with me for 11 years now. So between him and Steve, they do 95% of the work on the snowmobiles. I do kind of the accessory stuff and the data acquisition. So that for sure brings another level of confidence to the drivers when they're out racing, knowing they have the best equipment out there.
I mean, there's so many good guys out there though. I mean, every guy in every one of these trailers is super knowledgeable and talented, and everybody puts a lot of passion into this. So it's more or less to be at someday in the upper field of the greats that have been around. There's so many guys in the sport that have been here for 20 plus years. I'm just over 10 years in the sport, so I got a long ways to go. When one driver wins, we win as a team. When one driver doesn't do well, we don't do well as a team. We push each other, whether we're pushing the drivers to be better, the drivers push us to, come on guys, we need a little bit more out of this, or we need to be a little better here. And it's just, we're a pretty small team for a 2-driver platform. There's not a lot of mechanics around here. We're efficient, and we try to do the best we can with the people we have in place, and we feel like we do pretty good at that.
When SledHead 24/7 roars back, a full report from the Amsoil Snowcross National from Duluth. Iron Mike Schroeder is ready with a recap. SledHead 24/7 is brought to you by Amsoil. Runs on freedom. Track, trail, or tree line. Ride with rocks. By Stud Boy. Traction with an attitude. Ziegler Cat. Exceptional service backing the best equipment. And by the U.S. Air Force, Aim High.
And what a weekend in Duluth. Things heated up right away with this season, starting with the Amsoil Dominator and even some epic blizzards.
Well, the blizzard, who'd have thought that a snowmobile race could get called short because of too much snow? Check it out.
Welcome to Amsoil Championship Snowcross, powered by Ram. The Amsoil Snowcross National, presented by Quick Trip, got underway with great racing and a whole lot of winners.
We're at Duluth, Minnesota this weekend for the opener of the ISOC Nationals. Duluth's one of my favorite races of the year just because it's the first race. I seem to do pretty well here, so I'm looking really forward to that.
Basically, this season, last year was kind of tough, so I'm just looking for a fresh start this year. Like, going in with a different mindset, and I'm just excited to kind of get redemption.
We got the most rolled up extension cords you've ever seen. You can't teach that.
But you can stop that. All these guys are just like, no, they'll start me on fire. Get that out of here.
Friday night at Spirit Mountain, there was plenty of great racing from the amateurs, snow bikes, and even the mighty 200 class.
Oh, who's it going to be when they come across the finish line? Wow.
Nelson. The one-on-one Amsoil Dominator pits racers on a 2.5-lap dash for glory and a check for $10,000 to the winner. And for second place, absolutely nothing. The top 8 pro finishers from last season received the top 8 seeds, which included 2017 winner Cody Cam and 2018 winner Adam Renheim. In the final, Cam and Elias Ischel were neck and neck down the front stretch, with Ischel grabbing the lead after the first turn.
Right in there behind him. I think he wanted to get in there and try to take Elias up to the top of the berm. Couldn't do it, so now he's going to have to try to make the run the long way.
But Cam pushed back after the big finish line jump, utilizing an inside corner jump to launch into the lead.
I'll tell you what, Ischel's not done here, though. Watch him. He'll reach over, push that button. It's called checkers or wreckers.
But Ischel used patience to retain the lead, and Cam couldn't mount an identical charge, giving Ischel his first Dominator win since 2016.
Elias Ischel, your winner of the 2019 Amsoil Dominator.
Yeah, the race was awesome. I took the whole shot and could get the lead, but Cody came into me in the corner after finish and passed me. I could get the momentum good up the hill, and I could get the lead again and get the win, so it was an awesome day. For sure it feels good to have 10 grand and a big trophy. It's gonna be a good one and a good season.
It was great to see reigning champion Norway's Elias Ischel walk away with the Dominator bragging rights and pocket 10K.
Yeah, it was great. You know, I've been at Duluth, we've been canceled because of rain. We've been canceled because of fog, but this is the first that we got shortened it up because of snow.
And sadly, that is all the time we have left for this episode of SledHead 24/7. We want to hear from you. Engage from us on social media. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube.
Yep, and we will see you on the trail.
That's about all we can squeeze into today, but we're always live on SledHead24-7.com. Please hit us up on social media and pitch a story idea or place to ride. Log on to SledHead24-7.com. Watch our library of episodes. Next week, we're talking snowmobile performance, the latest news on ways to upgrade your sled, and the ride of a lifetime. And we'll ride, rate, and review for you.